No, I'm not trying to get pulled over when I got a weird bag of white powder in my car. Oh, hey. For the record, I was talking about our sponsor. You all know. It's the Dubby. I had to get a re-up from my dealer.
You're a dealer.
And he sends me home with a Ziploc bag of conspicuous white powder. I'm like, well, this doesn't look super safe to drive home.
What am I going to say? Like, they don't use artificial dyes in their drinks. So, it's just
that good.
It's just white powder.
Mommy's nose candy. Yeah, booger sugar, if you will.
Speaking of push and punch.
The words that were just coming out are not reflective of the sponsor. That was totally a Sadbois special.
Yeah. That's our own spin on a classic taste.
First one's free, kids.
Yeah. Customers for life. All right. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yep. It's what, 44?
Yeah, you said 44.
44.
Last week.
Fofos, I'm
44.
tipping. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you enjoyed episode 43. It was definitely a fun one. I enjoyed it. Listening back a little bit.
As always.
And, again, thank you very much for the continued listening, the liking, the following, all the support. It means the world to us, even in the smallest ways. So thank you so much. And, tell your friends and enemies about us. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't forget to tag 2 friends and 1 enemy and don't tell them which is which.
Promise you, it's hilarious.
What any fun updates you want to share from last week?
Dude, last week was a week.
It
was a week. It was a week and a half.
I heard you went home and you got to see all kinds of friends and family, and that we always love a good trip home.
Yeah, it was good. See some friends and family. Got to shoot a proposal.
Ooh.
So
being all secret agent man, hide in the bushes.
Yeah, what's great is
it's like legal peep tomming.
Well, okay. So you know what? Funny story about that.
Oh boy, that was unintentional.
So I'm setting up to do these photos. Right. I talked to my friend. I don't know when this will be announced, so I'm not going to say it on the podcast of who it was. So super
special surprise for that person.
Because as of right now, it has not been like Facebook official. I know some friends and family know, but I'm not going to just throw it out there yet. So anyway,
that ain't your business.
I talked to him. We kind of plan out when and where it's going to be. Mm-hmm. So Taylor was like, "You have to get video." I'm like, "All right, I'll get video. So I set my phone up. I use my MagSafe wallet because it folds open so I can bend it and put it somewhere.
Fancy pants.
I had it resting on a branch in a tree.
Uh-oh.
Which is great. It worked out.
Okay.
It worked out. But while I'm setting that up, once I finally get it set up, I'm just standing there with my camera and this big lens. And then this group of 5 women walk by and I'm like, "Hey." Mind you, I'm wearing jeans and a black hoodie.
Oh boy,
with the hood up because it was a bit nippy outside.
Oh yeah, I do recall it being a little chilly back in Ohio.
Yeah, it was a bit nippy. So I'm like, "Hey," and they're like, "You good?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, someone's about to get engaged right there. I'm just waiting to," and they're like, "Oh, congratulations!" I was like,
"Bitch, shut up!" Just start smacking people around.
Yeah. So they walked away. I waited a good amount of time in the cold,
freezing cold,
because he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go in. We're gonna do it." Great, and I was like, "I'll text you when we're on our way out." So he texted me. When he texted me, I hit record on my phone. I couldn't reply to him, be "I'm all good,"
Yeah, all right. The eagle has landed.
So he comes out and I feel like I saw him in the video, looking around just to see where I was, because I was back behind a building and a tree. I was looking at my phone because it saw the spot.
Ah, right.
Right. So he gets down. I'm just like, "Ninja." And I just start taking a whole bunch of pictures. And I walk up after he's done proposing and she's giving him a kiss and whatever.
She said no, by the way.
She said yes.
Oh, damn.
She would never say
Spoilers.
No. And he's like, "Oh, you remember Jason, right?" And she turns. She's like, and he's like, "Yeah, I've had this plan for a while. I got a photographer up here and everything." it was really cool. It was awesome to be a part of that. So since I'm not going to say names, you know who you are. Congrats again. You're awesome. And I'm happy I was asked to be part of it.
I know who you are too. So shouts out to you and the person who I've never met. Good for you.
Yeah.
I do know who it is and happy for you. I've just never met the other person. So
Yeah, good old W cheers, right?
yeah.
Double cheers.
Oh yeah. We got to,
little...
here we go. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We stay hydrated for that. I did not hire anybody for my proposal to Megan. And by not hire, I asked one of my coworkers to just show up at my house, all ninja-like, and just take video. But she also took Megan out to get her nails done, obviously, which was a dead giveaway. But still, somehow managed to surprise Megan. What'd you do? I don't think I know what you did. What did you and Taylor do?
So we had just got Claude, our cat, our first cat together.
Yes.
And
little fluff ball, Claudio, little homie.
So I had a ring assembled, I had a diamond.
Avenger style?
Yeah, I had a diamond. I was like, all right, ring assemble. And the two pieces got together. And so I had a ring. And then I went to PetSmart and had a custom nameplate made.
Ooh.
It said, "Will you marry me?"
Nice.
And I had the little collar and everything. I put it on Claude, and then Taylor saw Claude.
Just waited. Oh, is this the first time she met Claude? Oh,
no. But because I just came home from Ohio, so she was there waiting for me, whatever.
Ah, gotcha.
Or came home from my parents because I was in Ohio. But yeah, and so it was good.
That's cool. You know what? Now that you mention it, I do recall seeing a Facebook post many a moon ago.
No, it was many moons.
Many a moon.
Many a moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2012.
Yep.
Dang. So long.
Woo.
Yeah.
How many years? Quick maths.
How many years?
Quick maths.
Dating or married?
I'll figure it out.
Married's going to be 10 years.
Holy cow.
Dating will be, 13 years. Whoa. This December 1st.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I think, Megan and I are coming up on 9 years together. This year is 9 together. That's insane.
It is.
That's insane.
That is.
Anyhow, we had some now that we've caught up on everything, let's get back into the weird stuff.
So, I got something I want to
go for it.
Oh, so I'm going to walk you through my day because that'll go into 2 topics.
Here for it. Are you here for it?
I'm here for it.
If you're not here for it, why are you even here?
So as many of you will know, I have my own rule for having as many tattoos as I do, right?
The rule.
What's the rule about me having hand tattoos and finger tattoos? What can I not do?
I legitimately don't know.
Go out in public looking like a degen.
Oh, right. Okay, yes, yeah. Sorry.
So my day started.
Is the rules.
My day started. I was out of coffee creamer. Ooh. So at 8 a.m., I went out to Dollar General, fitting right in a hoodie, a Carhartt hoodie.
Yeah.
And 1 basketball shorts and Crocs.
Man, you were honestly ball out. Swag.
I never felt like I belonged so much at a Dollar General.
I feel like the kids call it drip. You were drippy that day.
I hope that nothing was dripping because that's probably bad. But so I started my day off with that, which was,
hey, sometimes you just you start off on the bad foot because then you can only land on the good foot.
Yeah. So I wasn't awake enough. I needed my second cup of coffee, right. And I had no creamer. So I had to go get some. But that led into the next part of my day, which is something I wanted to talk about.
Ooh. What you got?
Because we've talked about algorithms a lot on this podcast.
Ooh, love me a good algo talk.
So yesterday is when this started. Mm-hmm. I was on Netflix. I'm like, hey, 2 hours. I've been working on some stuff. Let me find a show to watch. Mm-hmm. Netflix.
What'd they recommend?
They said, hey, this show is binge-worthy. I'm like,
they use that often.
It's like, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, King Binge over here.
Yeah, so I'll be the
watches
judge.
14 episodes in one day. Hey, I finished 8 seasons of the show yesterday. It came out tomorrow.
That sentence confused me so much.
It's true, though.
It would be. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. So it said, hey, Bingeworthy TV. I'm like, I like a good Bingeworthy show.
Yeah.
Designated Survivor.
Designated Survivor.
You ever hear of it?
Well, let's break it down. So it clearly is a Survivor spinoff, or it's just straight up Survivor? Okay, no. Designated Survivor.
I've never heard of this. I don't know if I'm assuming this is a legitimate term in the real world. I didn't look anything into it past the TV show, but we'll find out.
Is this like Mr. President Get Down? They're the designated survivor? Like this is the person that has to live at all costs?
You're very close.
Ooh, look at that. Context clues. Let's go. Okay,
So,
what is it?
So it is about somebody on like the president's like cabinet, right?
Right.
Who during certain events like the like a State of the Union, well, this person has to stay back in like a safe location in case something were to happen to where everybody else, the president, everybody
yeah.
would die. So there was somebody in the line of succession who could become the next president.
Right. So, I mean, what is it? It's president, vice president, and then is it Speaker of the House is next?
Maybe.
I'm trying to recall ninth grade social studies here.
I don't even
and
know.
then I think it's Speaker of the House, and then maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not even going to embarrass myself with naming another title. So I give up after House of Representatives.
So I excuse me.
That didn't sound good. What was that?
I was still swallowing that Dubby drink.
Gee,
Anyway,
man, got the phlegm over here.
So I started watching. I'm like,
Yeah, that
damn,
sounds cool.
Like, damn, this is good.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland, the guy who was in 24.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm gonna go back and watch 24 now because
when you have to.
Kiefer Sutherland is great. And this show, like, you ever watch a show, and I'm sure you have, where like you watch an episode, and by the end of the episode, you are so just invested. They've already set up like the whole tone for the whole series, and they have a massive cliffhanger at the end of every single episode.
Dang.
So like you can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna watch this one and then go cut the grass.
Yeah.
Maybe take a shower. It's like, no. I'm dedicating the next 6.5 hours to watching Designated Survivor, so I know what happens at the end of the season, so I can sleep at night.
Yeah, you have to know how it ends.
Yeah.
How does it end?
I don't.
You just haven't finished it.
I have 6 minutes left in the last episode of season 1.
Ooh, okay. So let's make some off the cuff predictions. What do you think is going to happen? Just tell me.
I don't want to ruin it because I want you to watch it.
Bummer. Okay.
It's
bad news. I don't have Netflix.
Yeah, well, you will.
Are you going to share me that password?
No.
I don't know how that's going to work.
No, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Because I got kicked off my mom's Netflix. I'm gonna be honest.
You would really enjoy
When they put that little travel ban thingy on the Netflix, I got booted right off.
it. Yeah.
The I'm on vacation only worked for like 2 days. So
Well,
I
they
don't
live
have
like
Netflix.
10 minutes apart. I mean, how are they going to know?
Yeah, exactly. Right. For us, I think it would work, but
Ohio to North Carolina.
yeah, it was clearly when I'm logging in 4 days in a row from North Carolina and they're logging in Ohio. Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit got cut off real
They're
quick.
like, wait a second.
Yeah, we're on to you.
But yeah, so like today, I was like, okay, I know what I want to do. I need to watch Designated Survivor,
Right.
but I have so much work to do. So I got my coffee and I was like, hey, I'm drinking coffee and eating breakfast. I have to watch a show while I do this, right?
Well, duh.
So I watched 2 episodes first thing in the morning.
Easy.
Right. So by 9 o'clock, I'd already watched 2 episodes. I'm like, cool, time to be productive.
Yes.
I came up, I made some videos, for a tattoo shop that I've been working with.
Are you gonna peg him?
I came up with
Plug. Sorry. Are you gonna plug?
I did last episode. I found a whole bunch of businesses that I'm going to go door to door and speak to try and like get my own business, right? Be a little go getter.
Ooh, look at you,
little
proactive. B2B.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I basically set up my whole day tomorrow. I finished a photo gallery for the people who got engaged. So I did a lot of work, but I took little breaks. I was like, okay, I'm going to do these videos and watch an episode of Designated Survivor.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come up with this list and I'm going to watch an episode of Designated Survivor. So I've watched
6 episodes in 4 hours.
I've watched 6 episodes today.
Ah, see, I was right.
I'm almost done with one of them. But anyway, I'm invested. And it was like, man, I was talking to Taylor. I'm like, who would have thought that I would love political dramas? And then she's like, but you watched House of Cards. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, I love that. That was great.
What was that show? I can't think of the name, but my mom came down last year for her birthday, and we, over the course of the weekend, we watched the entire show. It was also on Netflix. It was not called The Designated Survivor, though. It was, long story short, it was this guy who worked for the CIA, and he was being framed for his dad's murder. Or he was trying to figure out who did his dad's murder, and he uncovers it's within the government. It was crazy. It was actually a really good show, but honestly can't tell you the name of it.
What was that? I'm curious now.
I'll have to look it up. We'll post the video.
Because I realized that I watched another political show like a month and a half ago.
This one wasn't political. It was just like that was his
CIA.
Job. He was just worked in the CIA. It wasn't
wait, what was it called? Hold on.
I Believe in You. Search your memory palace.
I'm gonna search Netflix.
Visit well, that too.
I'm gonna find Watch Again.
It was.
Was it a guy who answered a phone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? What is that called?
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, the Night Watch.
Night Watch.
Boom!
Yeah.
Look at that. We didn't even have to look it up.
That show was great.
Dude, the Night Watch was awesome.
Season 2 coming.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
I'll have to tell my mom. She's coming down next week, but it probably won't be on. Anyhow.
Dude, I hope it is. I'll probably be done with season 3 of...
Dude, the Night Watch was sick, though.
That was
all the twists at the end.
Dude, that was another show that, like, in the first episode, you're like,
right, shit, I got to see how this ends.
Damn, you got me. So people can say what they want about Netflix.
Some of their original content is pretty good because that was not like a show that's been out. It was their own.
That's where the good stuff is.
Yeah.
Like
they crank out a lot of garbage, but they also have some really good originals.
Dude, and there's been a bunch of shows that weren't in English, but had like English subs.
Yeah, like Squid Games was banger.
Yeah, that one. 3%.
Didn't see that one.
So that one is basically like, imagine the world we live in is like super, like everyone's in poverty.
Okay.
Right?
So right now.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So, but there's an island that has, that people live on, right? They're called the 3%.
Oh, so the 1%.
No, right. But.
And that's where they do all the things to the kid. Whoa, a different island. Sorry, different island. He didn't heal himself.
He didn't heal.
What?
So
what?
So basically, every year they do. I'm trying to think of the exact name of it, but anyway, they do like tests to see who passes and who gets a chance to go to the island and live among the 3%.
Sounds very Hunger Gamesy. Okay.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
It was called the Process? I don't know. Either way, really good show. 3 seasons. Highly recommend. Like probably one of the like most unique stories that I've watched on the show in a while. Like not like, hey, this is like a cookie cutter.
The hero's journey as we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to our previous Star Wars Harry Potter episodes.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything like that. So I'm like, damn, that's pretty good. But yeah, there's a bunch of them. Was it Biohackers? That was another one that was really good.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I haven't had Netflix for a really long time. But,
I watch a lot of TV.
I watch a lot of movies. You have very not short attention spans, but you have like, you can break your episodes up.
It's easier to watch a bunch of shows throughout a day than it is to watch a movie all at once.
Right. Like you can watch an episode and then he's like, all right, I'm ready to move on to something else. And like, then you can get another episode.
Yeah. Like he could be playing Pokemon on the Switch and I can have an AirPod in and just be like,
yeah, dude. Hey, Charizard looks pretty sick.
Dude, you're doing great.
Yeah, right. When you commit to a movie, you got to have a couple hours, and that's right. I have a lot of long periods of time. Well, I mean, I guess it is short periods of time, but yeah. No, that makes total sense. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of shows.
Yeah,
need to start watching some shows. My problem is cliffhangers piss me off. Like I know that that's the point of them, and they're fun, and they are really good, but. When a season ends and there's not another season, I get irrationally angry. If like we're coming up on, I'm almost caught up on Outlander, like to the live point, and now I understand how everybody felt about Game of Thrones, When like I'm watching it, like no commercials back to back. I'm like, ooh yeah. And I'm like, I am on the last season until I have to watch it live with Taylor and Megan. Whatever bullshit ass cliffhanger is going to be at the end of the season is going to infuriate me.
Yep. That's it.
Not being able to hit play next when there's like a big moment, so defeating.
I mean, that is one of the worst feelings, especially on Netflix, because you're like, oh, cool. And then it's just like they
Cancel.
pop up 3 different show recommendations. You're like, wait, that was it?
Cancel.
Well, I'm sure there's another season, right? And it was not renewed by Netflix. Oh, son of a bitch. like, dude, that's happened so many times. And it's like, I think we talked about it on here. The show Heels with Stephen Amell when he was in a wrestling promotion.
I think you'd mentioned it. Yeah.
One of the best. One of the best shows, one of the best second seasons of any show I've ever seen, and one of the biggest cliffhangers with so many like implications. And then it's like, Heels has not been renewed by Stars. It's like, oh,
Can you just give me like a TLDR recap of how you were gonna end
can I
it?
just
I
see
need
the
to
season
know.
3 script? Just like, I'll play it out in my head.
Yeah, right,
I
I'll
really
read
want to
it.
know how they were going to get out of this because, boy, howdy, that was a cliffhanger.
Yeah, you guys did such a good job. What happened?
Yeah,
I
if
know
you
what
could
happened.
just tell me, like, send
Can
it
you
in
send me
an
like
email.
the storyboarding or like the trailer? That's all I need, really.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, honestly, even if one of the writers wants to be like, this is what we were going to do, sweet.
If we had the funding.
Yeah, mwsbpodcast@gmail.com. Please.
BOIS on the check. What?
Yeah, please send it to me. I want to know what happens in season 3 of Heels. But
Speaking of wrestling, wasn't it just in Raleigh like yesterday or last week or
yeah.
we didn't get to go. You were in
No.
Ohio getting paid.
Well, no, it was literally yesterday.
Oh.
But
yesterday.
it was like
On a Monday?
it very much sold out.
Oh, Monday
But-
Night Raw. Duh.
Yeah, but it's also WrestleMania is in 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. So like
The buildup is pretty high.
yeah, the road to WrestleMania episodes of the show is pretty much always sold. Like they've sold out the last 9 episodes, like Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, that's good, right?
Yeah, it's selling out like 13 to 15,000 people every
wild.
show. Anyway, like it. Yeah, I really wanted to go, but like realistically,
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
it's like I don't.
You got to start applying for press passes, bro? You've got the portfolio.
WWE has their own
And
dude. So
you could also just Photoshop a press pass and just heist your way in. Remember the dude who snuck into the world final basketball game? You could do it. If a 16-year-old kid could do it, you could do it.
But WWE has their own team.
Meh.
Like, dude, so they're all their cameras, like the big cameras that like swoop around the arenas that do all the video. There is literally a camera mounted to the bottom, and everything is wirelessly transmitted back to some central hub, photo and video. So when they're filming, there's like a minute or so or 30-second gap between what's happening and what's aired live.
Yeah,
so
for
they can
any swear
censor
words,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. But like things happen on the show 4 minutes after that segment is over. They have clips of it up on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Like they're so fast.
How do they do that?
They just have it down to a science.
That's crazy.
Like they have their own photographers. They anytime they're doing video, they can just snap photos right from the same angle as the video. Like they don't
that's
need
crazy.
anybody else. They are a machine.
Yeah, but you could always you could contact the arena and get a press pass for the arena and be like, I write for a local newspaper, and you do like behind the scenes stuff. It's worth a try.
Yeah, guys,
all
I
they
have
can
it-
just tell you no.
I have a zine. Can I?
I'm here for the Fayetteville Observer.
Dude, I would work for a newspaper just to be able to do something like that.
Right? You just got to get really good at writing Chat GPT stories.
Yeah, until they pull up the prompts and like, sir,
No.
every story you've given us has been a Chat GPT prompt. I don't know what you're talking about.
Speaking of live events, we talked about the Tyson Jake Paul fight last week, and unprompted, YouTube hit me with a Mike Tyson's top 20 knockouts of all time, and I was like, "You son of a bitch, Click. I sat there and watched
in.
the whole motherfucking thing.
And
That dude is terrifying.
Yes.
And then we've talked about it, seeing his like most recent videos of him in the ring. No way.
I don't care how old that man is, 57. No, he still moves like a 30-year-old. He's going to punch Jake Paul in the throat, and he's gonna die.
Oh, just watching, he has that like signature, like he swoops, he gives him like a little test to throw him off, and then he just pow, and you're like dead. And you're like, oh my God. It was, whoo-wee, that man, no way. You could probably pay me enough to get punched once, not a whole fight.
Like, okay, sir, you're going to make $25 million doing this fight. I just want
You
how
to
much
get punched one time.
I would like $40,000. You can hit me once.
You know what?
Plus medical bills.
Just make it a solid 100 and you can hit me twice and we'll figure it out from there.
Just not in the head or anywhere that I will bleed internally and die. Like, I know blood's supposed to be on the inside, but like not,
I feel like you're adding too many stipulations. Not in the head, not in the body. I can't bleed to death.
Sir, if you could just punch me in the arm or foot.
Fine. Yeah, but just break my toes with your fist, please.
How am I going to punch you in the foot? I'm going to be doing a cartwheel. I don't know.
Did you hear that the sequel to the Titanic, it was called Think the Unthinkable?
Stop it.
It was narrated by Mike Tyson. Think the Unthinkable.
Think the Unthinkable.
Such a good one. Such a good one. I would love to take credit. I've heard that on the internet somewhere, but
I've never heard that before. That's so good.
Yeah, Think the Unthinkable.
Oh my God.
I wish I could take credit for that as an original joke. I wish. All my jokes are just repeated things I've heard on the internet. Anyhow.
I mean, everything's true on our podcast.
Yeah. That is true. So do you want to take a little trip down memory lane? Can we you want to take oh crap, I gotta scroll back and find it. But do you remember any chance what I said in June of 2022 by chance?
I mean, I don't know. You say so many great things.
Oh, thank you. Here it is. I hope that's not it. Right here. Everyone likes to pretend that disco was not good music, and I'm here to admit I was once part of that camp. In 5 years, when disco makes a return, catch my fat ass out there, groove, and fight me. I said what I said. I said that shit in 2022.
Remember that.
Yeah? Dude,
Yeah,
tell
that.
me why on TikTok there is like 2 or 3 super big like disco-y groovy vibes that are like crushing it on TikTok right now. I'm telling you, disco is coming back.
Dude, literally, The Weeknd is just like mellow disco.
Yeah, he's like that, like sort of like
it's like
synthwave.
It's
pop.
like R&B disco.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
It's literally all The Weeknd is R&B disco.
Dude,
it works.
The Weeknd's new album, the Dawn FM one, banger as background music because it's such easy listening. I'm just going off on a tangent now, but
doesn't matter.
Disco music, man, it's coming back. Murder on the Dance Floor. Look it up on TikTok. That song is a certified banger. That song is so good. Troye Sivan, One of Your Girls. Oh my goodness, man. I can't stop listening to like synthwave disco right now. It's my vibe. What are you guys out there in podcast listening to? You guys share new music with me because I am always on the hunt for new tunes. You get tired of listening to the same 3 bands.
So I don't use Spotify. I use Apple Music.
Pleb.
It's part of my Apple One subscription. Okay, shut up.
Get a discount.
I get a bundle. You bundle and save. Okay, God damn it.
Oh shit! Apple's just.
Dude, you bundle and save.
They're the Geico of technology.
Yeah, dude.
That's rad.
Yeah, like home, auto, and motorcycle protection. All that's progressive.
What?
Anyway, so I have been trusting Apple more with my like recommended. I'm like, you know what? They do give me some really good songs. I'm just gonna try it.
Just let it play.
And it's like, hey, we made a playlist for you that we think you might like. Cool, send it.
Yep.
Dude.
What have you been getting lately?
Like me over here putting like out of 15 songs, 10 of them saved to the library.
I love adding tunes to my playlist.
And it's like, you know what? Like Apple, you got me. You know what I like now.
If anybody wants to hear my playlist, I have one. I've got a probably 3.5 hour curated playlist. It's my favorite songs to listen to when I'm vibing. I'd be happy to drop a link. Ooh. What about you? You got any special playlists that you turn on when you're just feeling vibey? It's the go-to playlist.
It's not going to be a surprise to, especially not you, but to anybody else. But I have a playlist that's just all of the pop punk songs that Alex Melton did.
Oh, I feel like that's his own playlist.
Well, no, because I don't put any of the country ones in.
The alternative ones?
Yeah.
Those ones are okay, though. No.
I respect them. Yeah. They're good.
Not the vibe.
I just want the pop punk covers of pop songs.
Yep.
So, like, that for me, that's my go-to, because pop punk is always, like, a safe genre. And Alex Melton does some great covers. So.
I sent my dad Good Hangs the other day, and he liked them.
Yeah.
Which was a shock. I didn't think he would. I mean, I had a feeling that he may, but he said he enjoyed them. Whether or not that was a lie, I'll have to find out the real story, not when he hears this. But he said he liked them. I sent him Bad Luck Planet. That's a banger. We do love some good pop punk, though.
Yeah.
Whenever you're feeling super 90s emo nostalgia, you just turn on some pop punk. Can't go wrong with it.
Dude, like, I remember in, I don't know what year it was, 2015 maybe?
Oh, way back when.
Yeah, back in the
BC.
day. Yeah, back in the day. I played a 90s pop punk New Year's Eve, like it was a New Year's Eve show in Fort Wayne.
Cool.
And it was awesome. Dude, it was like Blink 182. I think we played some MXPX, Newfound Glory.
Speaking my language.
Like it was so good. Like, because I'll be very, very honest. Like a lot of these songs, like back in that time, I wasn't listening to pop punk.
You were not.
No. So like a lot of those were new for me. Mm-hmm. So it was really cool to like listen to like what I would say are somewhere like, the original
punk stuff.
Like the really like the first like popularized pop punk bands, So it was really cool to do. But like that show, dude, it was at Brass Rail in Fort Wayne. And it was packed.
Shout out to the Brass Rail.
It was packed.
You love a good sold out show.
Awesome. So yeah, pop punk's always a safe bet for me.
The disco note was on my notepad twice, so I must have thought it was super
really important.
I wrote, "Disco is back, baby. Prove the naysayers wrong." And then I wrote, "Pull up Facebook post about disco music and explain yourself." So you see my two different idea patterns of how I'm. Prove the naysayers wrong.
Pull it up and explain yourself.
I stand behind my words of disco. Disco is good. Megan, we listen to a lot of ABBA. We listen to a lot of, and I know that ABBA is not disco, but like it's that whole 70s, 80s like vibe. We listen to a lot of ABBA. We listen to a lot of Elton John. Oh man, we turn on the 70s road trip playlist. Just repeat. It is so good. Spotify, y'all playlist creators. Ooh. Hats off. Ooh. Give them a little ooh-wee. Apple's got some catching up to do. They're good, though, I've heard, according to you.
Well, yeah, they're definitely getting there. Mm-hmm. Well, dude, they have the whole GTA 5 soundtrack as a playlist.
Oh, I bet Spotify does, too. But that's
I'm sure they do.
Though.
I'm sure they do. But
man, we love GTA radio.
So you could be like, hey, I want nonstop pop. And you just listen to the whole nonstop pop.
Oh, dude. The nonstop pop radio channel, or what was it? Was it Punk 55?
I'm not sure. Was it West Coast Classics and
whatever one plays the Tony Hawk song?
Tony Hawk.
That's the name of the song. You have to look it up by those phrases.
Yeah. Ever since you told me that we were playing, I'm like, I can't. You can't hear it.
The actual song is called Amoeba, and all he sings is Amoeba. But I heard it on the internet. Someone else was like, "You just sing the words Tony Hawk and it fits," and you're like, "Tony Hawk."
It's
like, God damn it!
It's so good. Oh man, I can't wait for GTA 6.
We keep waiting because we got a whole year.
I know.
We got to get through this bullshittery in 2024. before we can get to GTA 6. But hanging out in Florida online is going to be dope because way less chances of getting shot and bitten by an alligator, but like just as good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean,
So have you played GTA 5 lately?
nope. Honestly, it's been years.
They added the wild animals.
Explain.
So like in story mode, you could like you go out in the mountains and it's like, oh,
There's nothing there.
like bobcats.
Oh, really?
Right,
In
like
story
in
mode?
story mode, right.
That
yeah.
never happened to me.
Yeah, but now it's in online.
Oh, that's
so you
rad.
could like crash your helicopter, because you were doing some crazy drug run or something like that
Over the military base.
Yeah, and you're like walking around in the just the outskirts of town, and you just hear a bobcat running after you. You just get mauled.
Oh shit! It's like they stole Far Cry's elements and just added them in.
It's just, yeah, but it's not as good as Far Cry.
Speaking of Far Cry, how was Far Cry? You said you were going to play with Derek the other day.
Oh yeah. It was I played with Derek. I did. Yes, it was good. I think they're like killing support for Far Cry 6.
That doesn't shock me. It's been years.
Yeah, but like Far Cry 5 still running strong.
Maybe
that
I'll
one
have
was
to,
that one was the best one.
Ooh, I like 4. Wait, which one was 4? 4 was the one in the mountains, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
The tribal one in the mountains.
Maybe
3 was on the island.
Yeah.
I like 3, 5, and then 4.
5 for me was just
5 was really good.
I remember when they made that whole like 30-minute short film to go with that.
Yeah, and you almost thought it was Jared Leto. But it's not Jared
But
Leto.
it was the same guy who motion capped and voiced Joseph C.
So good.
Like
So good.
So
It makes
good.
me want to go play 5 again. Oh, fuck you, man. Damn it. I got to go make a new save, a new game plus on 5.
I love Far Cry 5 so much. It's so much fun.
I'm trying to think. Did I have that on the Xbox or I have it on the PlayStation? Or on the computer?
Dude, I wish you had a PlayStation.
I wish.
Yeah.
I don't like the controller. I think I've said that before.
You haven't played the new one.
It's the same controller.
No, it's not.
The stick layout. It's the stick layout that gets me.
Oh.
Because I'm so used to playing Xbox that's up here. Anyhow.
You don't like change.
Semantics. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, it's a comfortability thing. But yeah, sure. You don't embrace the change. Hey, we're a couple months closer to my weird ass boomerang controller
Oh, is that finally coming out?
in August. Like I said, we're a couple months closer. We're not quite there yet. But when it comes out, I'll let you know.
They'd be like, welcome to episode 80, 85.
It ain't going to be 40 episodes.
Yeah, and
No.
Nah.
August is 6 months away.
Nah.
24 episodes later. Check back in with us at episode 68. You know what? I'll debut it on episode 69.
nice.
Nice.
Dude, if you actually do, though, that'd be great.
That would be cool. I don't know if I'll have it by then. Hopefully.
We'll
I
see.
applied to be like a beta tester, but I haven't heard back from that. That's okay.
Dude, I never trust the Kickstarter stuff.
Oh, I've bought stuff off Kickstarter before, and I've gotten it. Like we got our 1000
Yeah,
cards
and how many problems were there with that?
for yours. I mean, mine showed up.
I know, but
It was a year later, but like that's the point of the Kickstarter. I also backed this thing last
Right.
July.
So I guess that's my thing is I'm not patient.
I honestly forgot about it until I
Yeah.
remember it. It's just one of the things that's like, oh shit, I bought that.
You get an update email and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I did buy
it. It was
that.
$60 and like, oh yeah, I forgot that's coming. So I'm cool with that. I bought a lot of my board games that way. I back a bunch of games on
really?
Kickstarter and I forget about it, and then a board game shows up a year later. I'm like, oh cool.
I forgot about this. This
Yeah.
sounds great.
Board games are fun, man.
Yeah.
What's that one that we got Taylor for Christmas?
Planted.
Y'all got to check out Planted if you're into board games.
Different concept for a game. Like
You're growing plants. It's wild.
on paper, you're like,
Sounds kind of dumb.
that sounds kind of dumb. But then you play it and you're like, I can get into this.
Mr. Super Competitive over here. I think you won the first time we played, didn't we?
I did.
Yeah. Well, this guy's like, I'm never playing again. Because got to go out on top.
You got to go out on top.
100%
Yeah.
win percentage.
You can't lose if you don't play.
That's what I say about the lottery. You can't win if you don't play.
Yeah, you can't lose if you don't play.
Exactly. That sounds boring though.
Tomato, potato.
Tomato, potato.
Potato. Ooh. Different outlooks in life. You can't win if you don't play. You can't lose if you don't play.
Can't be disappointed if you never expect anything.
Am I a glass half empty kind of person?
Well, I think we both are. Can't win if you don't play.
I'm a glass empty kind of person, apparently.
I just want to know what's in the glass. So the planted game. So
Where did the
literally,
glass come from?
you're just growing plants, but it's really cool. You have to like collect your sunlight and your water and your plant food,
Yep.
and then you have to spend it to upgrade your plants and earn points. And then there's like special cards to, if you've got 4 hanging baskets, you get 16
extra
bonus
points at the end.
Yeah.
And then it's like you have like 4 rounds, and then at the end of those 4 rounds, you get to count up all of your points.
Yeah, it's only 4 turns. It's a pretty quick game. It's pretty cool.
And it moves pretty quick too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really like it. Good game.
I've got to get Jason into some really complex games.
What was that one that we
Dude,
played?
Go Fish had me locked. I could not figure that game
out. So Jim plays all these complex games, but then we're playing a modified version of Go Fish that my son has. It's called Go Fish, You Wish. So like it has all these different like sea creatures. So like for example, you might have a whale or a dolphin or a shark,
turtle, crab.
But if you have a shark that says You Wish on it, if someone else is like, hey, do you have any sharks? If you have the You Wish card, you get to say You Wish, and they have to give you their shark.
Okay, so in my defense,
that's the whole point of it. That's the twist of the game. Outside of that, it's just regular Go Fish.
Yeah, except in Go Fish, original Go Fish, when you're playing like a regular 52 deck of cards, you're trying to look for pairs, not sets of 4. So I wasn't grasping the concept, because the whole point of Go Fish is I'm looking, do you have a 5? No. And then you can find a 5 and fish, I got my wish. And then you can play your pair of 5s and you can go again. We're introducing this You Wish bullshit.
All it is it's a set of 4, and it's the same concept. If you say, hey, do you have any whales? And you're like, nah. And you go to draw one and you get a whale, you're like, got a whale.
Okay, yeah, but if you don't if you don't make a set of 4, you didn't get to go again.
No, you do.
Your kid didn't explain the rules well to me.
He's 5.
Well, I expected him to understand the game he was about to play.
He understands it pretty damn well for a 5-year-old.
Well, apparently I don't understand it well enough for at the time 33-year-old. Introduce a new game mechanics. What is this bullshit? I like the original version better. Okay.
What was that I said 5 minutes ago about you not liking change?
Stay the way they are. Everything's fine.
Son of a bitch, he's right.
Damn. You ever get humbled real quick? Humbled live on the podcast. He was like, remember when I said this 5 minutes ago, bitch?
Yep. I need more water. Dang.
If you really, really need some extra, I give you some of mine.
No, it's okay. I have more downstairs.
Dude, what's going on with this pollen?
I think that's what's getting me right now is the pollen.
Yeah, I was outside working over the weekend building some Shelby boys. Long story short, dude, I must have been inhaling a lot of the yellow stuff because I was not having a good time yesterday.
Dude, it is so bad. So for anybody who isn't familiar with this, so like we're from Ohio, where you don't really like there's pollen.
Yeah,
but
there's the spring season.
But there's not like, a yellow out.
The great pollening.
Yeah, it's a yellow out. It's like a white out, but it's yellow because it's pollen and you can't see anything. And you can see your tire trails in the pollen on the road. It is so bad sometimes.
If it hasn't rained during the pollen season, if it hasn't rained for probably 4 or 5 days, and then we get a really heavy rain, the puddles of water are no longer water. It's like pollen sludge.
Thick.
It's so thick, it kind of looks like dried mustard. It's really
like
gross.
Greenish yellow, thick.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
2 C's.
My dumbass went in. So Sunday, right? I said I was outside. I noticed my car's real dirty. I was on my way to lunch anyway. I was like, oh, let me just wash my car, and I paid for like this super duper cheap one, like the $6 rinse off, right? 2 hours later, I park back in the driveway, yellow again, waste of my time. So now what do? I come home from work and I bust out the hose and just
spray it off a little
spray
bit.
the car. Yep. Yesterday, I was out in the driveway just like trying to like scrape all that stuff off the driveway because my pressure washer broke last year. So it's another thing I got to replace.
Yeah. Dude, outside of pollen, it's also fire ant season or ant hill season.
Oh, I just assume that's all the time. But these damn mosquitoes are out of control.
I haven't seen any mosquitoes yet. I also don't go outside. But there are like in the cracks of my driveway, there's just like tons of sand and little ant hills. And then in my yard, there's like 8 or 10 big mounds.
Yeah, I've seen the big ones
in the
before.
front yard. The backyard, there's not as many, but like
yeah, because like breeds out there, the dogs out there, so like there's a lot more less stationary
up
stuff.
front. There's nobody disturbing them, so they're just building the whole colony.
Yeah, dude, those fire ants are no joke. Did you hear it snowed in Ohio yesterday?
Boy, I was just there.
It didn't snow while you were there, right?
Nope.
Ha! Get wrecked, Ohio.
Yeah,
Don't miss that, dude. It's been. Last time I went home was in the summer. I haven't seen snow in like over a year and a half, and like, I'm so fine with that.
Last time I saw snow was here when we
went to the mountains. Maybe that was the last time I saw snow. But regardless,
yeah, maybe
it hasn't snowed where we live in a year.
Yeah, because last time I saw snow was when Derek was here, and it snowed like a few inches.
Maybe it didn't snow at my house. Well, maybe it did then.
Yeah, I don't know. North Carolina doesn't get a lot of snow, so yeah.
It's kind of the whole reason we moved. Well, I moved here.
Well, dude, the winter before we moved, we had like a negative 40 something wind chill, and we still had to go to work. So then COVID happened, and we're like,
we're moving.
We can move. Yep, that winter sucked.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being so cold that I was talking to Derek on, we were playing Far Cry. And I was like, man, it's so cold here. And I'm playing Far Cry. And just, like, that's one of those games where, like, the sound, the design, the aesthetic, you just feel it. I'm like, I just want to be there. I want to be warm. I was like, I'm never going to complain about the heat ever again. And I have not.
Yep. It does get really, really, really hot here. But I told Megan the same thing. It was like 80, a couple days ago? And she's like, man, it's kind of hot. And I said, shut up. Shut up right now.
Nope.
Shut up. Nope. You are not allowed to complain about how hot it is when 2 weeks ago, you're like, it was 30 degrees. She's like, it's so cold. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up.
I think the only time I complained about the heat since I said that was when our AC was out. And it was like 90 degrees in our house.
Fair point. Dude, the dog days of summer here are ruthless. For our non-North Kakalaki listeners, as they call themselves,
I hate that so much. I also
don't understand it. But dog days of summer in August and September here, it's like 110 plus the heat index. It gets pretty sweltering down here.
Yeah, your AC is really trying.
Maxed out. That bitch is running.
Yeah, constant.
But, hey, like I just said, it snowed in Ohio 2 days ago. And honestly, I'm not going to complain.
Nope.
When it's 30 degrees, negative 30, because where you and I are from, that wind comes off Mosquito or Lake Erie.
It's cold.
And the snow, the jet stream, snow drift, what is it? Lake effect. There it is. That shit, man. That you don't know cold. Like, I'm sure Antarctica and obviously the really, really, really northern fuck, man, that shit is cold and that rattles you to your core.
Yeah, you walk outside and you're like, oh, everything hurts inside my body. I need to go inside. Yeah.
Absolutely not. I miss my family and I miss being near my family, but I do not miss Ohio at all.
Yeah, if they could just like come down here, that's what I always say.
There is a Barrios in South Carolina. It's like 2.5, 3 hours away. So it's still technically closer than going home.
Well, yeah.
But like, it's still a hefty drive. But like, we are between barrios now. It's only a matter of time.
There's a taco place like that in Charlotte.
Yeah. Oh, I betcha.
And it was real good.
Megan and I love Mexican food.
It's across, like, there's like the parking lot for the tattoo place that we made that we went to. We saw Brian the one time.
Yeah.
It's like across that back parking lot right there.
Okay.
Tacos.
I don't think I've been there, but sounds bomb.
Yeah.
I'm just, man, if we could get a Barrios in Raleigh or Charlotte, ooh, Ooh-wee.
Hot Dog Shop has a chain location going somewhere in Florida.
It ain't the same.
But what if they get one down here?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I don't care about Florida, but like if they get one down
forget
here,
them.
yeah.
Man, the hot dog shop would be pretty cool. You know what I want? You know what I want the most? My Ohio listeners will understand. I want a Hot Heads down here.
I've actually never eaten Hot Heads.
What?
Every time I go home, like when I talk to my parents, like I've never even been to Hot Heads. Like, oh, it's like Chipotle but with a bunch of sauces. And I'm like, I don't like sauces.
Well, okay. Well, when you phrase it like it's a bunch of sauces, there's only one sauce you need to get. Hothead sauce. It's like their Parmesan garlic. It's so good. It's like a creamy Parmesan garlic sauce on top of a burrito like Chipotle. But it doesn't have the same sort of flavor as Chipotle. It's like the flavor is obviously in the sauce, but it is just so good.
I really want Chipotle right now. Good old steak burrito, cheese, white rice, mild and medium salsa,
double chicky,
extra cheese,
double chicky. It's a shame I don't work in Sopines no more because now I can't just go get Chipotle whenever I wanted. What a bummer! Way to just break my heart there, bud.
Well, there is good news.
Well, what's that?
I'm getting another tattoo tomorrow.
Ooh, what are we getting?
I'm finally getting the Umbreon to finish this section out.
Solid.
So my whole bottom half of my arm will finally be covered up and done. And
Nice.
I'm going to start working my way up.
Working my way up my arm.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Now I'm just thinking of hotheads. Man,
I'm hungry now.
when am I going back to Ohio? I'll be home in June.
I'm going to May.
Ooh, nice.
And then...
You got to get hotheads. You got to get hotheads. You got to tell the podcast what you think about hotheads for the first time.
All right, when I go home in May,
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm going to shoot a wedding. I'll do it.
There's lots of locations. They got them all over.
I know there's one in Niles. I saw that when I was there.
It's right.
Yeah, by the thing, by the mall.
Yeah, it's in the parking lot of the mall. It's right across from where Lone Star used to be. Remember Lone Star?
Yeah, I'm working there.
Now it's I believe a Japanese steakhouse.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they closed down. Didn't tell their workers. Just straight up closed. Fun fact about where we're from.
Yeah,
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, I saw it on the WKBN.
Well, dude, there's the Quaker Steak in Lube in Fort Wayne did the same thing.
Really?
They were a franchise instead of a
Goddamn
corporate
franchises.
And then just one day,
Just closed.
sign on the door. Sorry, closed for good. Ooh. All the employees, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings 2 weeks later, and there was 2 employees there who had just got hired, who got let go from.
Dang.
Yeah. Are those new plugs?
They are. Good on you for noticing. What color would you say these are?
Let me see. Turn your head a little bit. They look like a bluish color.
Yeah. Do you want to take a guess at what they're called? For those you can't see on the podcast, they are blue and purple. Would you like to take a guess at what they're called?
Nope.
Burple. Yep.
Are those from the urban body?
Yeah, where
jewelry?
Megan got it for me for my birthday. The blurple.
Yeah, I have these are my I got the tiger
turn that
ones.
way. Oh yeah,
I got the tiger
that
ones.
orange kind of wood. Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to was it Urban Body Jewelry?
Yes.
Great customer service. If anybody has stretched ears and needs body jewelry, they sent me a pair of plugs and they didn't quite look like the website.
Wasn't it supposed to have a swirl?
It was supposed to have a swirl of white in there. It had just a little tiny bit. And I was like, hey, can I just swap them out for some other ones? No problem paying shipping. They're like, yeah, all the ones we have left kind of look like that. Are there any other pairs that you're interested in?
What?
I was like, I would kind of like these ones. And we're like, cool, we'll send them to you.
Oh, shit. That's rad.
They didn't make me return the other ones. They make me pay for the other ones. They just shipped me the new ones.
Huh.
So now I have an extra pair. So
Urban Body Jewelry, you want to sponsor us?
that
Not a sponsor.
BOIS. But that's the kind of customer service I like.
We need to hit them up. That would be so cool if we could get some MWSB gauges. Oh, or not even that. Maybe some stickers. Yeah.
We should do something for merchandise
for our 1 year. I mean, we're coming up on our first year of being a full-time podcast.
Official.
Yeah, an air quote full-time official podcast.
We'll have to talk about this off air. Yeah.
What about a merch drop for the first year anniversary? Anybody interested? Join that email list.
We don't have an email list, but send us an email.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
we're saying the same
That's
thing.
an email list, right?
Dang, that'd be really cool if we could team up with Urban Body Jewelry, Dr. Squatch. Who else? NordVPN. Where are you guys at?
Dubby.
Man, we just assemble like the 6 like sponsor Infinity Stones, and we just become the content.
Dude, I'll sell out. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cash the check, sis. Is it time?
Since I have to edit this podcast so you guys can listen to it today.
Ooh. Let's see. What did we do last week? Last week you said Latin. Mm-hmm. Find me like gospel chanting, like Gregorian chant.
Gregorian chanting.
Yeah. Do you think you can do it?
I'm just going to put the Halo theme song.
Oh. Yeah, that.
Yeah, Gregorian chanting.
So let's do some slow stretching. Wait, we're not ready yet. Sorry, we got to do the outro. You can unstretch.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast this week for your regularly scheduled midweek Sadbois update.
Oh man, you killed that one.
Episode 44.
Fo.
Continue to like, subscribe, comment. Again, send it to your best friend and your enemy. And as Jim always says, don't tell them which one they are. I guarantee it's a good time, but don't blame us for the outcome. And we'll see you next week.
We'll be back with next week's episode 45, and make sure when you listen to this, you go stop at Wendy's and get a fo.
What he said.
You know about fo, right? Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Clicking all the buttons. I'm Jim.
And I'm Jason.
We are the Midwest Sadbois. Thanks for tuning in, and stay sad, y'all. Bye.
Something like that. I don't know. What do I do with my hands? I'm just gonna put your sound and just a ton of reverb. That's
just
gonna
like
be
dying whale music. Bye.
See ya.